This interview we are at the Hungarian pavillion. Would you like to tell us something about the ideas behind inviting these very artists today?
The artist is Szilárd Cseke. He represents Hungary this year at the Venice Biennale, and the project is entitled Sustainable Identities. The curator is Kinga Germán. The basic idea of the whole installation, it's a large-scale science space installation, and it ironically questions if the existence of identities, especially collective identities, is sustainable or not. Absolutely, that's the point of the whole installation. It shows local as well as global viewpoints, and it kind of compares individual versus collective identities. So what you can see here is that everything is happening above us, and in a closed system from wall to wall there are these balls moving up and down, but they can't really change direction, they can't really get out of this closed system. So it symbolizes how collective identities are determined and individuals cannot change it, and also how much it is something, as it's very symbolic, everything is above our head, so it's something that we can't really have a real impact on. Absolutely, as you said, it's very much about the social aspects. Not only the system itself, the mobile objects, but also the walls and the light. As you can see, it's a huge space with grey walls and very cold lights. And also we have just gone through a sound installation, which is disturbing noises. So it creates an atmosphere in which one feels a stranger, very alien to that environment, and it's kind of a discomfort. Yeah. So it's a feeling when you are given a path that you have to go through, and you cannot really choose your own way. From Eastern European country, this is something that we can see also not only social but also political views, that it's often when there is a collective identity given from above, from a superior power, this is very short term. So this is not sustainable. And that's what the title refers to as well. All we have said gives a pretty negative or pessimistic interpretation about collective identities and identities, but there is one piece in the middle of this symmetrical space, a pillow which inflates and deflates continuously. Yes. And it gives a little bit of an optimistic tone to the work. Yes. As it shows continuous renewal. So it shows that even though these collective identities and systems that give collective identities, they may be maintained for a while, but then they collapse. So they are, in the end, they are short-term systems and identities. And also, as you can see, it never reaches the floor. Therefore, it also gives, it includes some optimistic kind of message that there is always a possibility or opportunity to renew.
You can tell us the genesis of this work of art, so how much time it took for you to conceive and to build it?
On the one hand, we wanted to express transparency with these materials, and also we used materials that are everyday objects, can be found in every household, which also gives an ironic interpretation of this sustainable world that we live from. We started with the curator to create the concept of the exhibition in November. And it was based on my previous existing mobile objects. And then we also considered the features of the space here, which also formed how the concept, for example, that everything is above our heads, it's based on the important characteristics of the building. We wanted to take it into account what the chief curator, Mr. Envezer, said or included in the concept of the Biennale, and we found that identities are the most current issues with which we can relate to his concept. The installation itself took 15 days, but obviously there were other things to do and objects to create before, which took half a year.
Works, where have they been put? Your other mobiles? Are there other installations in Hungary or somewhere?
Hogy korábbi objektjeid azok megtalálhatóak valahol Magyarországon.
Is it more closed spaces or open?
És ezek benti terek, tehát zárt terekben, vagy inkább nyílt terekben vannak?
A Hungarian galériába készítettem ezzel a témával kapcsolatos.
I made my mobile objects for Animornal Gallery, and obviously they are in closed space. Parts of my exhibitions, a kind of a series of exhibitions which started 5 years ago. These exhibitions were based on local issues, but migration and identity shifts were also in focus in these exhibitions.
So let's go around and see the rest of the installation. Do you work always with the air and light?
Mindig levegővel és fénnyel dolgozom?
És hanggal.
And with sound. Not always. I also have paintings that are related to these works, and also video, which is also part of the project, but can be seen here in the exhibition space only on the website.
Yeah. You would define your work mainly as installation. What do you see for the future? The future of installation in art. You know, it's a big theme since probably 20 years, maybe more with Cristo and other artists. How do you see this developing?
I think that more and more artists are going to use this the installation art, as it is perfect for conveying abstract concepts, abstract messages, or expressing abstract feelings, and I find it very important.
How did you work with the artist to get the idea for this installation? Is it something that comes from very far in time, or?
No, for us it was very important to work with this space. It's a difficult space, it's not a white cube. And so we had to realize a site-specific installation that includes his objects, but it was important that this object have to be bigger, and curatorial concept envisions for the exhibition a cognitive space, and it is like a cognitive form. It is a whole form, and it is very important that the site-specific installation is like a framework for free associations also. And it's very important that these translucent foil tubes, or these translucent tubes, are present in this space, but they are translucent, and they show us only in a metaphorical way.
So there is also the dimension of play here,
Yes.
something of a labyrinth, something that children could build or play with.
True.
So is it something that has to do with our memory of playing
Of
as
course,
well?
it is also a good explanation.
Did you work with the artist himself to build this space?
Yes, of course.
How long did you stay here in Venice to do this?
No, we elaborated the plan in Hungary, in Budapest, in January. And here in Venice, I am since a week or 8 days present.
How did you do that with on a blueprint by drawing?
Yes. Alaprajznak hogy mondják? with a plan of the building. Yes,
Yeah.
my students are also here. I worked in a workshop with 12 students of mine and with Sila together, and we elaborate some plans for the inner courtyard of the building. And there are several elements for the visitors. They can approach the themes with white chalk balls. They can draw, they can write their inputs or their ideas on the blackboard, and they can also have situation to choose adjectival phrases on the walls. This is the application. It's made by Possible, and you can visualize your identity. We start here. We have this white wall also, and if you want to say something, you can speak now.
Hello, how do you do?
No more.
I'm Andrea Gobbo from Padova, living in Venice since 20 years and visiting the Hungarian pavilion with much pleasure.
Great. And now we have to wait. That is your sculpture, your own object made by this ball. And now you can send it on your email address.
Okay.
And at home you have then your object. Send email, and you will get it, and at home you can print it as a 3D object.
That's very interesting, with a 3D printer.
Yes.
Very interesting.
The visitors like it very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.